Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the double feature of the night. SMC Tactical versus G-Men. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I'm here with Sleepy with 2 3's. And we are excited for this action, are we not, Sleepy?
Yes, we are. I mean, you got to be excited to come in and cast 2 back-to-back like this. I mean, it can definitely... It can take it out of you, especially if you're doing long days. I mean, it's definitely nothing in comparison to those championship days that we put in where we're casting for like 6-8 hours straight. But yeah, I mean, this is a good match, and it should be. So, you know, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, it should be. This is a seasoned rivalry match, and I'm at the risk of soiling everything here. We're going to break out a new feature that I'd like to introduce, at least for our stream, Sleepy. It's the Intermission 2 scene, where it is going to be featuring more Cam in the future if we can figure it out. But for now, we just have you sleeping on a bed. I wanted to bring it up so we could take a look at the fine work Deckerman's done on the site and what is to come with SMC Tactical versus G-Men. We can take a look at the roster. Over on SMC Tactical's side, we have Sickness, Rastamouth, Captain Soda, Edna Jordan, Landon Jordan, Mr. Beefy, Punkcake, and Poopachu. And that's a pretty unchanged roster since they've been formed. There's only a few team members getting swapped here and there.
Oh yeah, both of these teams actually a very consistent lineup over the last probably 4 or 5 seasons. Not a whole lot of rotation coming around from these 2 teams. You know, SMC a little bit of change up here in the last season, Honey Half leaving and whatnot, yeah. But not too much overall. So yeah. You know,
they still have their core for sure. And over on G-Men, same old. Biggie Smalls, Swooty, the Man, 404, Chief Pineapple, Dr. Leo Marvin, myself still on the roster, and Woofy Willie. I'm surprised I'm still there. They haven't kicked me out yet.
I am too, NightFiree. What do you think was the last season you played a match in?
It was last season. I subbed in and won our placement match into the group stage. Thank you very much. Do you want to ask me any more tight questions, pal? Fire away, buddy, because I'm still in there competing at a top-tier level. Unbelievable. How dare you question my skill set, Sleepy? Can't believe you. I can't believe you. Anyway, yeah, it should be an exciting series. You go look at the oh, I cut away too early, but if you keep looking at the site, it's got such great information on it. I mean, common past matches they've played. They play each other every season. One match season 6, season 5, season 4, 3 matches in season 3, and 1 in season 2. And every single match is so close. 14-7, 11-7, 13-10, 11-8, 11-10. It's such a historically close series. I'm pretty stoked for what we're gonna be seeing today.
Absolutely, and we do have our lobby up. We're almost full. We're just waiting for one person from the G-Men side. Have you made your way?
I have not
over
yet,
here?
but I'll be joining shortly. And I guess that does lead us into the pick bands on the day. If you want to dive into those, actually, I think I got them here from SMC. Well, impromptu captain Pwnecake. Now, I think Thickness is playing, so he should be there as well. But the band coming in from SMC is going to be Downfall, and the band coming in from G-Men is going to be Cargo. Those are that's for the teams that are playing. No surprise.
Yeah, no, not at all. Both very smart picks from both teams. SMC knows they're weak on Downfall. They've admitted in interviews. I mean, it's no secret that they don't like the long-range engagements over the closer range stuff because they have a lineup of some incredible Twitch shooters. Sickness, Landon, one of the best Twitch shooters I think in this game. Yeah, I mean the whole team just doing well. Captain Soda, a monster with the LMG. You know, I used to be able to compare Riboman and Captain Soda as, you know, the two of the best LMG players in the league, but now Riboman doesn't even use an LMG anymore. It was mostly me in the end of the last few seasons rocking that LMG for the Danglers. So we'll have to see how that changes up now. But, you know, just a lot of skill on both sides here. I mean, you got Biggie Smalls, 404, Swooty, Dr. Leo Marvin. He's a new guy for the team, but he's been doing very well for them in the matches watched last season.
Yeah,
so.
He's been around for at least a little bit of Season 6. And, yeah, he's definitely a strong asset. He's a good player, a good shot. And the full roster from SMC not quite in yet, but so far Sickness, Pwnecake, Soda, Poopachu, and I don't know, I'd expect Landon in there, or Edna even. I think she was playing for them against Mob Squad, if I'm not mistaken.
She did. Yeah, she did play for them against Mob Squad. She had a few rounds. She had a triple kill in one round. A really nice run from her. And then her and Landon on one of the maps went like 5 and 4 both. So they got like 10 kills between them on a map. So she definitely did a great job for that team. I mean, unfortunately, you know, Mob Squad was able to bring their A game, and man, they are looking strong this season. I will say that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's about time. You know, they've been restructuring ever since a couple of seasons ago when they lost Arsenic and a few other members to different teams. So, you know, it's about time. They spent a majority of last season re-recruiting and kind of working out the kinks of all the new team members, making sure everyone's, you know, meshing well together and whatnot. So it's good to see them coming back into, you know, that top tier play style. They were getting there towards the end of last season, but we never really saw it come into fruition though. So we're hopefully going to see the return of the Mob Squad glory days, if you will, in this next season. But who cares about that?
You really went off on a tirade there. Jeez. Gotta refocus you on what's directly in front of us, because it is going to be the action kicking off on none other than Bazaar. I think that's 3 series in a row that I've cast where we've fired it off on Bazaar, and we are going to fire it off right now. SMC Tactical versus G-Men. A rivalry tested in time and one that usually ends up with very close scores. We'll see.
This one's going to start off quick.
Yeah, it is. SMC getting the fast spawn, and they should be getting right up into that middle Bazaar area right away. G-Men should be prepping for this.
Yeah, G-Men definitely a very methodical team. A lot of people compare their play style to that of the EU teams, especially on attack. They're very slow and methodical, but oh man, the G-Man, he's trying to get aggressive on the north. he gets rocked by Pwnk because he just gets a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, I think he wanted to toss that nade out and over the wall, over to where Pwnk was on the corner, so it was going to be a direct answer back, an aggressive move for Pwn's move, but wasn't fast enough with the nade. Pwnk, with those quick shots, did catch him out, and Swooty's now kind of shifted his focus to this north side to deny entry. Leo Marvin going down in a sliver of an angle.
I confirmed him.
Mr. Beefy confirming that kill. G-Man now into a 3v5. SMC going to start to converge on objective with plenty of time on the clock.
Yeah, it's very clear to me right now that SMC has done their homework on G-Men. They knew where the man was going to be. They had Pwnk kind of positioned there and ready for it. And then Pwnk also knew Dr. Leo Marvin's little spot that he likes to use in that little wall where he picked him off on that tight angle. So it appears to me like they have definitely done their homework. And there goes Biggie Smalls, and now it's a 5v2.
Really good nade. Almost catches 404. Swooty goes down to that east push from Soda. Beefy almost team kills. 404 getting confused. Does catch the back end of Beefy. He's still tucked in. And they're into a 1v3. That was a really good nade toss. I think Beefy assumed he had 404 with that nade, but it just went a little bit too far. I like 404's position. This position up against the wall is not bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to give him the angle to be able to see into that blue room if anyone gets frisky and wants to try and come through there, but also going to allow him to be a little bit more concealed from anyone kind of coming from that blue room area as well. So they kind of won't see him until they're right on top of him, and that could work out well for him. We'll see if it does here in this 1v3 that he's facing. He's got 4 minutes left.
Soda.
They have to kind of sit here.
Soda on his other side. It could get real hairy for 404 as he gets pinched down on this objective. Poopachu coming in from blue room, a smoke coming in, and that does push 404 out of his little safety spot for a second.
Yeah, but actually that smoke, if he doesn't relocate that, that's going to hurt him so badly because now he's not going to be able to see Poopachu coming into that blue room. Soda's going to pre-fire it. 404 is going to come around, though. He's going to find Soda. That's a nice pick there. But Sickness going to be ready for the refrag immediately, and SMC are going to go up 1-0.
A good way to kick off the series, though. I think we'll see if... I don't know, SMC are taking the Marsoc round to start it off. We'll see if G-Men can answer back and do the same. Did come down to a 1v2, though. Almost a clutch play there from 404 tucked up against the wall, but not quite enough in the end. And yeah, good start for SMC. Definitely coming out strong with those 2 picks right away. That's what set them up so well for this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it could also be a good riling up from the captain there, Sickness DB on the side of SMC Tactical. They were without him in that match versus Mob Squad, and you know that's where it kind of started to make a lot of sense that guy does quite a lot for keeping that team in check and making sure that their heads are screwed on straight and they're not, getting too emotional when it comes to this game, because those emotions can get in your way and make you play, well, like garbage actually.
Yeah, well, I think that's when we talk about the momentum and riding momentum. Definitely, they were talking about emotions there too. SMC are a team that's very good with momentum, so I don't know. G-Men are gonna have to play this. I don't know how you play it. I think you do a little bit cautiously, but obviously coordinated. I think the heavy smokes, a well-placed nade or two can go a long way in this objective if you can get into the right positions. If they can rotate east over to tank and then cross the street, I think that's probably their best point of entry, because I think SMC are strong on that front defense on objective.
Just to take a little time to say thank you to everybody for sticking with us, tuning in. We do appreciate you guys staying around. Of course, we do also appreciate all those biddies. I'm seeing those biddies all over the place. Landon going hammer. 501 there. But Phil Hendry, I also appreciate you sticking it out, and we do appreciate all your support. I'm getting corrected by chat here now. Edna is informing me that she had a quad kill, not a triple kill. I'm sorry, Edna. It's not intentional. I have a shitty memory, so you'll just have to blame that. And anyways, though, both teams playing well, but we do appreciate all you guys tuning in, subscribing, staying with us, donating bits, donating cash donations, that kind of stuff. You know, all that stuff does really make a difference to the team. We try and put that stuff into the casting and into the software and whatnot, so we can try and continue to improve these casts for you guys and just keep things rolling.
Making some major upgrades to the system, hoping to be dropping in some high quality YouTube videos. If you don't catch the games here live on Twitch, you'll be able to drop by over there and catch them at the finest resolutions. Bit of a quiet point here. You did say earlier they're kind of a representative of an EU team. EU teams historically playing things slower than normal, and we're definitely slower pace here than SMC. They had the same spawn as SMC, but you can see here Leo and the man are sitting in this far northwest corner, just sort of waiting to see if anything is going to happen. They're not really pushing forward and advancing. They're waiting for that east side, maybe. I'm just trying to figure out who's over there.
Swooty and Biggie Smalls and 404 is kind of over there as well, a little bit behind Biggie Smalls. I've got eyes on the east. Pwnecake and Swooty kind of dancing around each other. They might catch a glimpse of one another here soon. But I think those guys in the northwest are expecting the aggressive defense that SMC likes to play on Center Bazaar, on the Kiat building. I think they're confusing the defense of SMC here for one that they don't typically. They typically play this objective pretty safe.
Yeah, they've put Beefy over here onto this corner. It is a very solid defensive corner. If you're going to send somebody to guard the north, you can also guard the east. So just a good spot to be in. It is a common one these days, so I do expect G-Men to be pretty diligent in checking it.
Well, that is the man's spot for defense, and I know that because I've been killed by him in that spot so many times on Danglers. So I know to now always check that, especially when playing G-Men, but now just as a habit, I try and check it as much as I can. But absolutely right, that spot can be devastating and can be hard for those attackers to see that guy laying there. But here we go, we've got G-Men, they're all getting into position, they're getting pretty close. The only ones who are kind of lagging behind are those guys in the north, and that's understandable because that north alley is kind of a long, straight shot.
Biggie's pushed into the blue room, he's free firing around the corner. Poopachu's getting caught up into the fire, and he does manage to get the kill onto the corner. I don't know how those shots didn't land for Biggie there, but Poopachu comes out ahead and G-Men into a 4v5.
Swooty gonna push off the east block and behind the tank. I think he was trying to get positioned in case of an aggressive defensive push, trying to capitalize on the weakness in the offense, but you know, throwing a few smokes maybe to confuse the offense or the defense here as he tries to make his way up that eastern side. But Pwnecake, ooh, he was peeking the wall. Is he gonna see him?
He was waiting. I think Swooty should know. Shots do finally come out from Beefy the man. Well aware of that spot. 404 finds Sickness out in the middle of Bazaar. Also finds Poopachu. Jeez, people dropping left and right. Sickness gets team kill with his own nade. He must have been prepping something. And they're still trying to take out Beefy on the north. We've been focused over here while the rest of the action has been ringing out. Pwnecake finally taking down Swooty. We're into a 2v3. Beefy trying to deal with two members up here in the north. He's smoked out. He's rotating around. Leo catches him on the rotation into a 2v2.
Yeah, and that was actually a really great play by Beefy. It tossed up a flash over the smoke to try and incapacitate them. Now, unfortunately, it didn't go far enough for that to work, but it was a great play and it was a good idea. But that was a great counter play from from G-Men there as they managed to pick up the kill. And now it's just two members of SMC Tactical, and Pwncake's across the street. He's moving around quite a bit. He's out in the open. I don't know. He could be taken down here, and we could be looking at a G-Man assault onto the objective. But it's just two of them. It's a 2v2 with 1 minute and 10 left on the clock.
Apologies for the camera movements there. I was just making a quick adjustment to our Windows settings so I don't have to activate it anymore. Leo sending out some shots maybe to distract Soda as the man pushes up here. Pwnecake crossing out, getting really exposed, does get into the blue room, and Soda does take out Leo. 43 seconds left on the clock. I wonder if they would be aware of the man rotating to this position.
I'm gonna say that's unlikely. Depending on the call-outs that Beefy gave, they could be expecting him to be up there where Dr. Leo Marvin was. But I think any player worth his salt in this by season 7 is gonna know by now that is rotated. But it's not gonna matter. Captain Soda gonna pick up the G-Man, and SMC Tactical are gonna take this first map up to 2-0, and that is not looking good for the G-Man NightFiree. You might need to hop in there and save bait.
No, I don't have that available. I don't have that option right now, so won't be able to come in there and salvage the series for my team. But I do think that they are still in this. They've gotten very close on both rounds. That last one, a 2v2, obviously. The round before that, a 1v2. These rounds coming down to the wire, very characteristic of what I'd expect an SMC G-Men matchup to be like. I think now is the time they can answer back, too. They're going to be going on the defensive, and it is going to be that far west objective. So I don't know. I feel like this one's pretty hard to attack. You can definitely cover your angles pretty well and force a push. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this though, it is SMC's map pick, so obviously they are confident in this map. However, G-Men play this map typically very well as well, but it's just two very contrasting styles of play. I'd say SMC Tactical, very aggressive typically. They have begun, turning that aggression into something more by adding coordination to that. I noticed that, at the end of Season 5 and through Season 6, they were adding a lot more coordination to their attacking. But in a lot of ways, them and Danglers are very much a similar style of play, and Blaze even now. So, every time those two types of teams battle, it's just like a big rush. And then now we've got these contrasting styles of play, just giving us all kinds of interesting action to go to.
All kinds as we file me
under tired.
Yeah, file me under round 3, map 1. As SMC Tactical and G-Men square off. G-Men going on the defensive to try and answer back for 2 unanswered points so far.
And a pretty aggressive push right up the middle by SMC. They're watching for the peaks on the far west, but the G-Men are smarter than that. They know that they can see them down that street, and they're not peeking that.
Staying reserved and tucked in. They did push up to mini courtyard area. Leo's position, a very typical position SMC will take, actually, so I wonder if they'll be ready for that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a very sickness position there that he's in, so I wouldn't anticipate them not knowing about it, but we'll find out soon enough because it looks like Captain Soda is going to be meeting up with Dr. Leo Marvin here any moment.
Patiently await the action. Soda tiptoes his way, shuffles his way forward.
This game, so crazy. You can be 10 feet from someone and not even know that they're there. And all you have to do is just run a couple of feet for them to know where you are. And then you just, all of a sudden, you're just flanked out of nowhere because you had no idea they were just around that corner just waiting for you to come. So this game can be a real mind F. Because you gotta be careful just about every time you take a step, because that step could give you away to your enemy.
Soda has to be aware of this. No, he isn't. He's now inching forward. Leo takes the shots. He can't land him. Finally keeps the trigger. Finger pulled. And Pancake with some shots through the, what was that? Through the window there?
Yeah, he jumped out. He came out from the other room, went through the window, and picked up the refrag. And it's a good thing for him Dr. Leo Marvin missed so many shots, because I'm pretty sure that might be why he got killed. I mean, Pancake was very quick on the refrag. Don't let me take that away from Pancake. But, he shot a lot of rounds at Captain Soda before he even killed him. So I'm pretty sure that guy was pretty close to empty on that first match.
Ooh. Pancake almost getting hit there by Swooty.
I think that was
just ducks down in time, and now the 4v4 is underway. A smoke coming out there, not quite where Pancake wanted it, I think. Maybe it is. I think he was trying to throw it through the window.
Yeah.
That's what he was looking for.
Yep, there it goes. Much better smoke. That's a great placement, actually. It's going to completely block out the view from the objective. Swooty, though, he's going to relocate anyways. He's kind of watching for that northern approach, but those guys in the north are actually going to be quite bored because not a single member of SMC went north in on this round.
Bone Cake's inching
Bone
forward,
Cake
yeah.
4-4.
One more here, dead on West Courtyard.
Wow, and he does get the peak. It's a 43, and the G-men have 2 men still in the north. They need to rotate them back down now because they are not coming from the north, no matter how much you want them to. Nades coming out from the guys at the western car, Poopajou and Mr. Beefy, but nothing coming out. Biggie Smalls is gonna grab Home Cake on the cross. The Sickness is out. He's at the objective and he's got Tab out. Swooty sees it though, and he's gonna deny the cap. A good thing too, because Sickness is a pretty quick capper, if I do recall. Flash coming out from Mr. Beefy there in the western courtyard. He's trying to blind G-Man. He knows somebody's there. Everyone knows someone's somewhere near that western market. And Beefy is trying to find it, but he just cannot seem to get the angle on it right now.
Interesting. Beefy tossed a really good flash that I think flashed the man, but then just didn't move on it.
Yeah, he might have been concerned that because he doesn't know, like actually know, that there's someone over there, he could, he could be thinking, it's too much of a risk, like, or maybe it was to stop them from getting aggressive and trying to push on him, so he tossed one out to kind of keep him back. But we'll have to see here. Poopajou on a rotation. He's going back around. He's going to try and come around from a different angle, see if that helps. Swooty's going to be waiting in the western block there for someone to come, but he also has a nice eye line on the objective as well. G-Men just going to have to keep their situational awareness up, I think, here, because that is going to be how how they manage to kind of clean this round up. They're going to need that situational awareness and make sure that they do not, let this cap happen or go down and give the SMC team a 3-0 lead, because that would not be good for them. Swooty, I think, hearing Poopajou,
Yeah, a lot of breathing from Poopajou here. I would imagine he could hear this coming in. Yeah, Poopajou's not dead silent. Just like that, 2 go down. The man and Swooty both trying to make their, making their mark as they find 2 kills and put G-Men on the board. 1-2.
Absolutely. So it's been a great start from SMC, but here is where we now will see what happens. Will G-Men be able to come back and take the map? Will they be able to at least make it close? Or will SMC go back to dominating on G-Men again as they did those first 2 rounds? We'll have to see, but so far so good. We've got us a nice match here for the end of the night. Also, just some quick notes. Thank you to Fairest, aka Vivian from the Hive, for subscribing with her Twitch Prime, and also thank you to Unlogical Reason for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. We do appreciate that. Again, we do this for you guys as well as for the community. So we're very glad you guys are tuning in with us. And we got more matches coming up tomorrow. So many matches this weekend. A lot of them were just scheduled right on top of each other, so we just couldn't get the casting spread out enough to really cover them, but we're gonna do our best, and we've got probably 4 or 5 games to cast tomorrow, NightFiree, between all the casters.
I think there's 4, yeah.
So a lot of stuff you can tune in and watch even tomorrow. So be sure and keep those notifications on for the channel so that you know when we're going live.
Taking the full 2-minute break here to hash out a strategy. G-Man definitely going to try and answer back.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, these guys, they're top tier team as well. They've played in LAN events. They know the deal. They've played SMC before many times, as we've talked about before. Maybe not necessarily with this lineup, but a very strong one nonetheless. And let's see what they can turn a spawn into, see what the G-Men have in their G pockets.
Well, indeed. They're going to send 2 along a far east transform to north rotation. And then 3, they're just going to maybe try and cross right up the middle.
Fuck, I'm late. I don't want to get shot.
Yeah, it looks like Big Small's going to try and make his push out to the far west, get by that white car, maybe see if he can't find Pwnecake there. Pwnecake, though, is in a pretty good spot. He might actually be able to spot Biggie as he slides out. Here we go. Biggie going to
I think the
try and
wood
take the slide.
is there for Pwnecake.
Yeah,
But Pwnecake
yeah,
should be able to see through the cracks. That's what he's trying to do right there, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Will it be enough to see that sliver of Biggie Smalls slowly proning across this, you know, this color-matched environment that he's in? This is definitely a map where the Volk camo does a lot of good for them.
I'm looking at the
versus.
I look at Pwncake's perspective. I don't think he has the angle. I think what he would see is Biggie Smalls crouching. I don't think he'll see him prone
It's
here.
okay.
Yeah, so a smart play by
It's
Biggie
you.
to prone to the car, because he is going to be able to get that secured, that more defendable firing position where he's got that car to be able to provide him some solid cover that's not penetrable to get the kill. Meanwhile, though, Mr. Beefy gonna pick up Swooty in the 2-story room next, across from kill room there on the south side of the map.
Taking a gander at that northeast push. G-Men playing it slow. Leo Marvin and 404 tucked in here waiting for action. Sickness just
I
dumping
think I
some
got one
rounds
here.
at nothing over there. Maybe he's just seeing stuff over by the wood boxes.
I saw him move. I destroyed the box, but he might have got away.
SMC's defense.
He was
Looking
at
the overhead
tri
map, I
boxes next to
actually really
2-story
like
south.
that kind of southern style that they have, where they've got kind of an arc around the objective there, covering the west, but also able to kind of quickly turn to the south if need be. They've got one man on the north that just as a kind of a fail-safe. He can either get the picks, or if it gets picked, they know that there's some movement in the north. So kind of a flare, if you will. It's kind of a notification. Poopachu, though, he's going to find one on the north, and if that other man is not careful, he's going to find the second one as well. And there it is. There's the second one, in fact. Dr. Leo Marvin going down to Poopachu's raining fire.
Yeah, that smoke that they tried to throw north did not go out in time. There's another smoke here with Biggie Smalls, who's making his advance. He's managed to get up into this small blue room.
And he's going to run into Sickness.
Yeah, Sickness not ready for this at all.
No, he is not. This should be Biggie's kill all day, and it is. Biggie takes down Sickness. Pwnecake frightened at the sound of the death. He knows somebody's in there, so he's going to rotate back. Biggie Smalls thought it was a good idea to maybe go chase him, but he's now realized that maybe that wasn't such a good idea. And I agree with that, Biggie. I would not go chasing waterfalls. You just stick to those rivers and lakes that you're used to.
Pwnecake did hear Biggie, and he calls that out, so they know there's one in this blue L. The man's rotated around here as well. I don't know if Pwncake's still going to be looking for that. Yeah, he did. He saw him at white car.
Yes, he did.
Jeez.
But Biggie knows. Will Biggie just fire it? I would just spray the heck out of it if I were Biggie right now. And he does find Pwnecake. The man, though, able to stay alive. Mr. Beefy putting some shots down towards him. Biggie Smalls now should have doesn't quite have the angle on Mr. Beefy, but if he plays his cards right, he could angle his way in and take a shot on Beefy.
3v2, a minute 30 on the clock. Soda's pushing up. Oh, I thought he was going to try and challenge Blue Room there, but he doesn't. I think Biggie... I don't know. Beefy is so honed in here over onto the man's position. He really needs to start drawing some sort of distraction so that the man can cross. Oh, Beefy peeks out an elbow and almost gets taken down. The shots don't land, though. More suppressive fire comes in, and Biggie's making his slate, inching his way forward here. Now in a trade against Poopachu with no cover. Not what he wants. Neither one can land shots. The man finds one trade. Soda's starting to rotate around the backside. Biggie's pushing forward.
Biggie might be able to catch Captain Soda as he rotates back, but he doesn't. Biggie's going to be able to get around behind them. Yep, there he goes. He's into the building right beside Poopachu. He's called him out. Captain Soda's pushing up aggressively. This might be his downfall. Nope. Oh, it is. Biggie Small's able to find him. Poopachu's coming out for the quick frag, but no, Biggie able to secure the round. Wow, Biggie Smalls totally bringing things back for his team. Wow, and it's now 2-2, tied up for G-Men and SMC.
Oh my gosh, the clutch plays from Biggie there. We followed him all the way through, and he was really the savior of that round. I mean, he was all alone the entirety of that round. He proned his way up, avoiding Ponecake's vision, smokes out to get into Blue Room, catches a couple of frags there. I mean, I think he got 4. He got Ponecake, he got Captain, who was trying to hit him on the backside, then he got 2 more on objective.
Yeah, I mean, he was tearing stuff up. The man did pick up one of those kills, though. He was able to secure Mr. Beefy right before Soda tagged him in the room. But yeah, Biggie Smalls picking up 4 or 5 of those kills.
Jeez, tied up 2-2. This is what I expected out of the series, and frankly, it was what the starting round predicted. We always go off the starting round, Sleepy. That's the rule of thumb.
Well, whatever we're going off of, it's going to be a long battle ahead for both of these teams. SMC, though, they've got a little bit to prove. You know, losing that first game against Mob Squad last week, a lot of people wondering if they've kind of not been practicing in this break, and if they're going to drop a little bit on the rankings. Now, I don't think that's the case. You know, SMC, they've been fighting their way to the top, and they've kind of been very much secured in that 3rd place spot each season, 3rd, 4th place, and they've been improving each season. So I don't really think, even if they did take that time off, they're not going to continue to take a bunch of time off. And check out this cheeky little C4 placement here that one of the members, I think it was maybe the G-Man or Dr. Marvin, put up.
I missed it.
Nice little... Oh, I've got my cam on it if you want to jump to me.
Sure.
Nice little spot.
I wouldn't be surprised
up on the
if
ceiling.
Biggie was holding that trigger.
Oh yeah, actually it probably is Biggie. Taking a look at our overhead map. The G-Man defense a little bit oddball.
Soda here done with some rounds up into that 2-story. Has to back off because he was about to get peeked from the stairs, and it could have been bad news for him.
Will he re-peek though? Will he break the cardinal rule of shooters and re-peek? No, he doesn't. Does for a brief second, but he wasn't going to try and take any shots. He did push through, and that's a good decision on his part, because I agree with you. I think the man could have definitely taken that peek, or Swooty could have popped up those stairs, taken that angle, and probably taken advantage of that.
.430 left. SMC not opting for anything too fast-paced. They're biding their time, looking for that pick before they try and make their move in. Minutes left as a hush on the field ensues, and Sickness and Poopachu making their move east. Probably keep the eyes over here on Swooty and Biggie, since Ponecake and Soda are also getting pretty close to the action.
Yeah, I've got my eyes on this because I'm wanting to see if that C4 placement works, because that was some pretty handy C4 location there. Definitely a lot of players who aren't going to think to look there, and it could work out very well for the G-Men here with that placement. It would be great for them if Soda and Ponecake kind of pushed up together and he was able to clean out the both of them on the north, because that would definitely help mitigate the confusion that is probably about to happen once SMC gets in position and decides to go on their attack. Smoke is going to come out, though, from, what is that? Looks like maybe that was Poopachu.
G-Men tossing a defensive frag. Beefy also tossing a frag for himself to allow for Pwnecake to push up into this room. That's a good breach and clear there. Quality teamwork that you might not really notice, but...
Ooh, smoke is out on Biggie's location. He's smart enough. He's going to take it and relocate it, maybe?
I don't know if relocating that would give him away. Captain is on top of the C4 now. 404 has found one for his team. Waiting for them to blow this C4. I'm surprised they haven't yet.
They're not going to, but Swooty is going to come in and take care of it. Swooty, the personification of C4. Beefy goes down, Pwnecake's down. We've got a lot of kills going on. SMC's now down to one person. Biggie picks up Swooty. Swooty's going to finish off Pwnecake. And now it's a 1.5v5. It's all up to the Sickness. The captain, who's been AWOL. Well, not AWOL. We know where he's been. He's been working a new job. He's been out of town a lot lately, so he hasn't been as available, and that's why Pwnecake's kind of been stepping up in his stead. But now it's all up to him to clutch this round. If he can get over to Beefy unseen, he might be able to do something, but 404 is getting rather aggressive here in the east. Sickness hears the shots, checks his back, but he's going to keep pushing.
A minute 30 left. He does have a little time to work with, but I don't think he's going to be capable of getting a res off here. I mean, no picks in this situation. It is definitely going to be hard to answer back.
Just keep me posted. Just say cancel that if you need
Yeah,
me to back
that is for sure, but I'm sensing we're going to see this map go to 4. It's going to go to game point,
yeah.
I think. And the reason I say that is because G-Men's already on their defensive round, so they're going to get this. If they get this 3rd point here, it'll set them on a 4th point on Marsoc. And while that's not unobtainable, obviously we did see Biggie Smalls clinch a Marsoc round for them. It's usually more unlikely for that to happen. But Swooty going to come in. He's going to finish off Mr. Beefy there in the southeast corner of the bazaar. And now it is officially just SMC's captain, the Sickness DB. Do you know what the DB in his team stands for, by the way?
I have no idea.
Okay, just was wondering if you happened to ever hear
Dank
about that.
Baller.
Dank baller. There's a few words I can think of that.
These are terrible.
Yeah, there's plenty of fun names you can find with that, but we won't explore that area as we converge down to 10 seconds left, and Sickness pushing in. Has to expose himself around the corner and goes down. G-Men take the lead for the first time in the series, 3-2.
Yep, and you know I love you, Sickness, so I don't want to hear none of that crap about me harping on you on the stream, okay?
I think we do have a replay highlight coming in from our co-caster Noman VR as that clutch play from Biggie Smalls, a great double kill to end that round and get G-Men back into the series, into the map. And yeah, that was a very strong, I mean, just a smart move there to be checking that window, looking for the kill onto Soda, and then rotating around like that instead of camping the window, because that's exactly what Poopachu was looking for. Thank you, Noman, for that highlight. We do appreciate it. If you do want to have your highlights featured on the stream, just clip them and post them, baby. That's all you got to do.
Or if any of you want to make any clips out there that could be featured in future intermission videos or highlight reels, or even our weekly Onward recap video that we do over with VR Respawn, please clip those. Buxton goes through at the beginning of each following week and gathers up those clips, and I'm sure he would appreciate the help in finding some of that sweet, juicy Onward action. Or even funny moments. We do like to throw in a few lighthearted moments in there as well if we can. But yeah, so please help us out. We'd love to feature your clips on the show. You know, because this is a community. You know, it's a, what is the word I'm looking for? It takes a village kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the meaning I was going for, anyways.
Dive over to G-Men, see what they're strategizing with on this attack.
But it sounds good.
Definitely have a plan they wrote up on the board there. not really. That's the difference, I think, you notice with pre-rounds, is that you don't see players saying, I'm going to go here in the pre-round. That's already been established by the team in the 2-minute lobby, you know.
One down across the south from west, east to
Yeah,
west.
you're not hearing as much of, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, as we used to in the old days before we got those maps that we could draw on in the tent and that pre-round timer. So yeah, it's definitely a lot less of something that we hear anything of at the start of the round, but there is still some tricklings of it if the 2 minutes wasn't quite long enough, and they still have some points to get across. But yeah, I'd say it's a lot less of that and a lot more just kind of comedy reel stuff going on at the start of these maps now.
Well, I just say that because I think with the newer teams you do see that a lot of placements going on right at the start of the round instead of during the lobby. I think that's kind of a difference there between a new team and some of the veteran teams. They have their stuff planned and ready to go 15 seconds, right when that round starts.
Right, absolutely.
A lot of tight angles out of this SMC squad, just kind of taking stock of where everyone's at. Pwnecake might be the one to run into the action first, since the G-Men squad is loaded on the east side here. Silence on the field again. Typical sort of, this is what we've been seeing out of this G-Men team. They either get a pick early or don't, and then they're silent, quiet, and patient until they get down to the wire.
You sure?
I think almost every round's gotten pretty close to time limit, now that I think about it.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds so far have come down at least to like the minute mark,
Right.
if not less time. I mean, right in that last round, Sickness had about 10 seconds left there at the end, so he was kind of forced. So G-Men obviously doing a good job at holding SMC back, but on the flip side, it's not so much that SMC is holding back G-Men for the allotment of the time. It's actually the G-Men's more slow and methodical push that ends up eating up most of their clock, similar to how the EU teams face that problem as well. I've said it 100 times, when you wait for that little bit of, when you have such a small sliver to work with, when things start going wrong, they go wrong fast, and you really don't have a lot of things you can do to recover from it. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you can make some miracles happen and bring it out.
3 minutes left, and the East is starting to work their way closer towards objective, but they're doing it slowly and patiently and quietly. Marvin crouching here, although not silent, but I guess a little bit less louder than he would be if he was sprinting around. Now he's silent.
G-Men already with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I don't see a single one of them that's ready to attack. It's not looking good for them. I think we are going to go to that last round like I thought. Biggie Smalls, though, I think he's aware of that sickness position that he likes to use, that Dr. Leo Marvin was using in one of the previous rounds, and he's trained on it. Definitely wants it.
I think he's concerned about that. Yeah, oh my gosh, sickness here. I don't think Biggie's expecting it.
Nope, he's not. He's definitely not. And Sickness is now seeing it, and here comes it. Oh, he does see it! But the pre-fire gets a trade on both sides, and it's just a down.
Pwnecake catches Swooty on the north. The res coming in for Sickness does come out. Beefy grabs him. Confirms Biggie Smalls, and they're into a 2v5. Looking like a... Yeah, I think you're right here. SMC going to take this one unless Dr. Leo Marvin and 404 can find themselves a few picks. I don't know. These guys are getting a little antsy.
Yeah, it's also going to be very tough for them simply because they've got Soda in there on top of the objective and Poopachu watching that angle. That angle from the north courtyard. So going to be very tough for them to push in. And Looks like they are going to reroute, which is smart, but unfortunately for Dr. Leo Marvin, Pwnecake was there, ready and waiting. And he goes down. Now it's up to 404. Can he pull a Biggie Smalls in 1v5, this SMC tactical team?
Looking like a similar situation that SMC was in last round. A dominating defensive hold here as G-Men go into a 1v5, and it's all up to 404. The odds are not in his favor. He has a lot to go up against here.
Ooh, wow. Just reading the league reports channel, and the Danglers Animal House match has finished. Danglers winning 14-2, or 12-2, I'm sorry, over them. But anyways, that doesn't matter here in this game. 404.
The timing on that, right as the final kill comes out, and SMC tie it up 3-3. It is good to relay that stuff in. Now, hey, now would be a great. Hey, what was that recent score, Sleepy?
Hey, so in case any of you were wondering, just check the old League Reports channel there in the Discord and notice that the Danglers managed to win over Animal House in their game 12-2. It was 4-2 Bazaar, 4-0 on Quarantine, and 4-1 on Cargo. So Blaze able to beat Blitz as well. Total score, final score is 13-4. Blaze winning. Cargo 4-0, Bazaar 4-2, and Tanker 5-2. And then the last round, the last match that we've got that played tonight, at least right now, is the Hand of Death and Ember. The Hand of Death taking that win 9-8. So Downfall 1 was 4-2, Suburbia 1-4, and Bazaar 4-2. So that seemed like that could have been a really great game there. I mean, a 1-point win in a series. Whew.
Action-packed week, man.
Yeah, it is. Week 2. I mean, these first 2 weeks matchups, like when they drop and I look at them on Discord, I'm like, oh my goodness, so many good matchups, so many great games, and both on the new team side, the middle of the barrel side, the top tier stuff. I mean, like everyone just getting some great matchups these last 2 weeks, and I hope that obviously that'll do nothing but continue because soon MMR will be keeping the matches close. And there'll be a lot less of a skill spread between these matches, even though most teams still have an MMR rating during the mid-season. It is reset. Whether it be a soft or hard reset is up to league admins. But
I'm just watching Beefy's perspective here, and he did see out of the corner of his eye 404 cross, but he didn't see it. It was definitely in his vision, but he didn't spot it, and 404 has gotten across that street up into a very dangerous position.
Yeah, that's scaffolding, man. We talked about it earlier with Logical against Riot or against Rome. Yeah, I mean, until someone shoots from there, you really don't know that they're there necessarily. I think Sickness might be able to see it, but not anymore. That smoke definitely going to cover that up.
Okay,
a lot of shots coming out.
Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of shots in the center. Beefy has finally found Biggie Smalls. 404 also killed Pwnecake, though, on that corner.
Oh yeah, that was a great shot. I mean, I didn't even hear it happen. All I heard were the shots from Beefy. And there's Cygnus with his LMG. He's gonna grab a nice headshot onto 404. So there goes 404. The threat from 404 has been neutralized, and Poopachu's now going to be able to move up and start angling on that objective building. This is not what the G-Men want. They need to defend this objective with everything they have. Swooty, he's back there. He's a little off the objective, and he is going to be in a world of hurt soon. He's got Captain Soto approaching from the west. He's got Sickness just north of him.
Uh-oh, a team kill from Poopachu onto Beefy. I just turned away right when it happened.
Captain Soto pitting off some shots in the southwest, and that's going to alert Swooty to his position. Swooty now completely aware of the push coming down the southwest.
350 on the clock. Swooty's going to go up into that 2-story, try and get the upper hand angle onto Soda. That's definitely the right move. I don't think Soda's going to be checking that very diligently. And the rest of G-Men do seem to be in decent spots. They're near objective. Leo Marvin in blue room, across the street G-Men in objective room.
We got a nail biter. Swooty. Oh, Captain Soda rushing into the building. Swoot's just outside of. Swooty needs to be patient and let Soda come to him. If he goes to Soda, I think Soda's going to be ready for it. Swooty doing a good job at managing his sound. He's not letting Cap Soda hear these footsteps. Cap Soda's going to be right underneath Swooty. I'm not sure if you can really get any sort of shot on him through there. But maybe if he were to reload now or start slowly. Ooh, the Sickness is going to find the man on the objective, and that is not going to be good. The objective is now free and clear. Dr. Leo Marvin, his eyes on it, but Sickness can get in there without Leo Marvin seeing him pretty much. I
think Swooty hates his position here right now, too. He does catch Soda out, though, and now I think he has to relocate. He has to get back towards objective. Because they have no one inside.
Yes,
Sickness now advancing in here, and he's right on top of it. He's inside objective room.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, they have no idea.
Nope. Not a clue. And that's going to be a cap for SMC. And Cygnus very happy with that, saying that's how you take it back from him, take a map from him, something like that. He was very happy. And SMC going to win this first map 5-3. Wow. Was not expecting that outcome on that final round. That situational awareness, that defensive rotation, you gotta be on top of that stuff. And yeah, I agree. Swooty definitely more the intelligent player. Usually, I think he knew he was stuck where he was because he knew Soda was there, but he also knew that if he got aggressive and pushed out too hard, he was gonna feel the wrath of that. So yeah, the first map, oh man, going to SMC in a clutch kind of comeback. I mean, it was back and forth the whole way. Like we said, it came down to the map point, and SMC going to come in and have it on that map point. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to do with myself. I mean, Sickness coming in and clutching it for his team, getting that crucial cap. Home cake though, going 8-5 on that map. Doing damage for the SMC team. And now we're going to be getting into our second map of the match of the series, and is going to be Quarantine 1. So going to be a great match to watch here on the second round. G-Man going to be going on that attack first. SMC Tactical will be on the defense. But either way, we are sure to get some fire rounds here. Both of these teams actually very, very good on this map. Some might debate that SMC is weaker on this map, but you know, they've been playing this map so much from other teams, just from other top tier teams that have had to play and through championships and open qualifiers and so on and so forth, that they've gotten a lot of practice on Quarantine. So SMC has actually become quite good at this map, in fact. But G-Men have always kind of had that much needed coordination that this map especially requires, especially with some of those objectives being out in very open areas with multiple routes of attack.
I will say that, at least in my time playing with them, they would never like to play Quarantine. I think that's changed, but I always loved the map and we never picked it, so that was just my assumption, is that the guys never liked playing it. But I think you're right, they are definitely a skilled team on the map and should be able to give SMC another run for their money. I don't know if you touched on it, but that was SMC's map choice, right, last round?
Yes.
And so now we're going into G-Men's map choice, and I mean, G-Men putting up a good fight on a map that they didn't pick, and so we'll see what they're able to procure here. It does look like both rosters are staying the same as well.
Yes, I believe I saw in the chat that Landon and Edna are both out of town, so that's going to leave SMC a few players short. I saw Brastamouth in the chat as well, so he's probably maybe on standby. He could be unavailable as well, but thankfully it does appear that SMC were able to sport a full roster, because we all know that, especially in these high-level matches like this, missing even just one of your members and having to pull reservists can really make a difference in that level of play. You know, when you play when you're a newer team and you need some help, or you're a team that's a little bit less consistent, I think the reservists don't make as much of an impact as you would like to think. But in teams like this, where they've been together 2-3 years now, playing together almost every night, it's hard to fake that chemistry as the reservist, or even try and pretend that you're meshing well with them. And it is what it is, and it's unfortunate, but that are what the reservists for. And we do have some super skilled reservists in that pool. Yeah, you definitely have to try and field your full rosters when you're playing guys like a G-Man and SMC Tactical.
Information coming in early for SMC. The crater spawn right away, and Pancake is... Oh, no.
And Soda dropped by 404 all the way from the pit. His aggression in trying to stop that push out of their spawn only met with his own demise.
Where is he?
This already the first kill of the game, already looking strong for G-Man. But that's not to say.
I don't like this. I've always hated this route of approach, the one where you go to the hotel building and then try and make your way up past these cement trucks or try and cross the street. It always felt so exposed to me. I like the route that Swooty is taking. He's going kind of up and in, utilizing these rocks and the cover that he has. The same with Biggie Smalls here. I actually liked Biggie's route there. That was a nice little move to get up to this tanker.
Sickness definitely still making some kind of call-outs there, but he's in an interesting position. He's going to be able to catch them crossing the street. He might even catch Swooty if Swooty decides to cross from that corner that is.
I think he might be able to hear Sickness too.
Oh no, and 405 gonna down Dr. Leo Marvin. That's not going to help the G-Men cause here. They're gonna need all 5 of those members. They've currently got the advantage, so it's definitely not something that they want to happen here. Oh, just so unfortunate, but there is one laying in wait in the north for him, Pancake. He's full hard north, and he's got one.
One down rooftop courtyard.
Beefy with some good shots there, catching out. The inner rotation, a revive from Biggie Smalls is not enough.
One dead north.
Pancake gonna grab 404 as well. Biggie hearing the shots from Pancake, focused on that tractor trailer. Leo Marvin's pushed up. Pancake's coming around aggressive. Is it gonna work out for him?
Getting lag.
Pancake trying to look up underneath that corner there to kind of get just a little bit of angle to find him, but not able to.
My whole game is in slow-mo mode right now. Everything's lagging really heavy. Leo Marvin peeks around, tries to take some shots and can't land at SMC. I don't know if Leo was out of ammo or what, but I don't know what's happening right now. There's some really bad lag on my end. I wonder if it was experienced by the players too during that round.
I didn't hit any lag there.
Really?
Yeah, no issues on that for me.
Maybe you're the source. Think about that.
Very possible.
Either way, SMC holding on nicely, grabbing their first defensive round, riding the momentum of their first map win. Got another clip coming in from SMC's very own Landon Jordan, highlighting that cap from Sickness as he charges in and just takes the right angle of approach, and Leo never saw him go in there. Punches in the code pretty quickly, about a 5 or 6 second cap, and SMC taking that first map 5-3. Very nicely done.
Absolutely, yeah. Props to them. Props to Sickness on that. Definitely thought that was going another way. I thought G-Men were going to be able to pull that round out. But no, Sickness had other plans, and SMC had other plans for this first round. It was going well for G-Men at first. They got the first pick on Soda of all people. I mean, you know, that G is a real hindrance to a lot of teams. Soda really good at utilizing that weapon, and they take him down quickly, and then the team kill comes out, and things just start going amiss from there, and SMC able to capitalize on that and just kind of aggressively overcome them there to win that first round. So congrats on SMC for that great play. G-Men, I'm hoping you pull it back. Stay in this thing. It's only round 1, but now round 2.
Round number 2 is underway, and map number 2, SMC leading the charge. On map and round. Map wins and round wins. If they can keep that momentum up. Swooty getting an early pick for them. Exactly what you need if you're looking to answer back. And caught that first pick. The attempted cross north. That's super risky, always.
He got that shot, but he's not going to risk it. He's going to take some more shots to make sure that person is dead and dusted. Is that C4? No, it's just an empty, a 3/4 empty mag that he just left on the ground. Swooty, that ammo don't grow on trees.
G-Man, you're watching like semi-truck and shit?
Don't you sass me, boy.
He's tucked
Pone
in.
Cake and Soda, them moving.
Yeah, he's tucked in north, and he's waiting for that movement out of Pone Cake and Soda.
Oh, he knows they're going for it. He knows they're going to put that LMG on the rooftop if they can. But boy, does he need to stay low because he's starting to get into territory that is uncomfortable for me to watch. He is closely closing in on Soda. He's going to turn around, and I think Soda's going to end up seeing it. Oh, he does, but Swooty makes it out by skin of his teeth. Careful, Swooty. Stay out of that band spot.
Yeah, he drops back, takes cover on the dune. Soda rotating around to the tank.
Could be the wrong move. Soda could be exposing himself here. Swooty's going to have a pretty decent little spot to watch that tank from. He could also, if he finds that just right angle, you can shoot under that tank and hit. But I'm not sure you can hit it from this side. I think you have it from the other side at the corner of that building where that palm tree behind Soda.
He did not cross.
Checking where those shots were coming in from. 404. Just suppressing any crossing of that street.
I'll tell you, this is not good. SMC has now got 3 members in the north, like right on the rooftop. If Swooty was to go down, they could get one on the roof, shoot out Iggy Smalls, and that could be the end of this round. We could see another cap come out here. Obviously, G-Men aren't going to let that just happen. Swooty and Pone Cake on the face-off on the north.
Oh,
Swooty. He's gonna find Pone Cake after the grenade's been thrown. Soda gonna try and fire out onto the northwest building. He's not gonna find anyone there though.
gosh, Swooty rotating out, maybe at just the right time as that frag getting tossed by Poopachu up to the rooftop. Doesn't land.
Perfect time, yeah. Yeah. Whew. Guy's been living dangerously. Ooh, is he gonna see him? Oh, he does see Captain Soda there in the north, but if he fires, if he waits too long, and here he comes. No, G-Man gonna have a nice cover on Swooty's flank and stop Swooty from being taken down from Poopachu. Great play and great teamwork there. Now G-Man up 5-2 here on the second round. SMC looking at the caps. Swooty's gonna find Soda in the north, and now it's all up to Sickness. And Sickness, though, he is in kind of a hole in the defense. He could possibly get in there if he plans his route correctly. Biggie Smalls has an interesting angle on it, but I don't know.
Fuck!
Yeah, he was.
Won't matter though, Swooty.
He was feeling confident about his moves too. You can see here the disappointment in them getting killed there as the last man alive. A nice flank from Swooty, yeah.
All right, so G-Men showing why they want to play this map. They are putting putting the screws to SMC. Well, not really putting the screws to them, but they are giving them one heck of a battle right now for this second map. So let's just hope that they can continue that, and we can continue these good back and forth matches here on Onward Match League.
Good news is we won't get any downfall to slow the momentum down, so I'm curious what our third and final map will be. Maybe Suburbia. If you are just tuning in, you may have seen the Discord link getting tossed around. It's also we can be found at the vrmatchleague.com/onward website, which is at the bottom of your screen here. Also, make sure to follow the Master League Twitter and Twitch if you're not already, and don't be afraid to drop that Twitch Prime stuff. We've seen a couple of people tossing that around today already, and I'll love to see that. Get a nice little Dante's face to spread across the Twitch universe, so you got to do it, you know, for the Onward community. You got to do it.
Pretty good. Oh, God damn it.
You don't got to do anything, but it'll be great. Some failed smokes there. Not gonna fully cross the street. Not really necessary either. Well, necessary if you do want to cross the street, but not in this situation. The spawn not going to be a threat.
Problem with that, though, is you never know if they spawn or not until it's too late. So if you're going to go that way, might as well expend the utility and get there, you know.
Sickness taking some early shots, calling out the crater spawn.
One guy all the way fucking south, guys. He's gonna be on our hill.
4-4 taking shots at Sickness after the first volley, and none of them connecting, but Sickness just kind of standing out there in the open. He might not want to do that for too much longer.
Yeah, I think he realizes this situation. He's trying to rotate and maybe surprise him on the other side of the hill. And if he gets there fast enough, he could catch him coming around the corner. He's not going to opt for anything like that. He is going to see sneaking around, though. I don't think 404 will expect him here.
No, he's not going to, but... Oh, goodness. The sidelines just aren't there. Sickness is going to have to peek the crest of that hill in order for either one of them to see each other. 404, though, he's looking for Sickness's old position. Sickness is definitely going to find that flank here in about 10 seconds.
I don't know. I think he's trained on that corner. I don't think he's
8,
looking at
9,
404.
10. Damn!
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Sickness. Why did you do this? Why you make me look bad, Sickness? You totally had him. But yeah, no, I mean, Sickness, I don't blame Sickness necessarily for not pushing up, because, you know, if he did and 404 happened to just peek it, catch him at the right time, could be wasted. But now, if he stays quiet back there, he might actually catch 404 maybe trying to come down off those hills and catch him out in the open.
I think 404 is super confused. Because he saw Sickness here, and now he doesn't. He has no idea where Sickness could be, but he also has to deal with potentially two more guys in that south side. Been zooming in and out here, keeping the angle. Swooty catches Beefy, who did catch a frag there. Sickness finally gets 404.
Soda, he's down.
Waited long enough for that to happen, and now SMC take a 4v3 advantage.
Yeah, the SMC defense has proven to be a bit of a challenge for G-Men here on this second map. But to be fair, it has been a pretty strong defense with a bit of aggressiveness thrown into it, so kind of hard to counter when you've got some reserved, some out aggressive. It's hard to figure out how you can really attack it effectively without it becoming just a crapshoot.
Leo Marvin taking some shots there could alert SMC to a potential west approach on towards objective as Swooty gets up into here. And 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. They got to get a little closer.
They got to get a lot closer.
I mean,
2 minutes 30. While for Swooty and Dr. Leo there, that's not, they're not too far off. But whoever else that is, the man out there in the southeast corner, he's way out for 2 minutes 30. I mean, he's got to pick Sickness. Pick Sickness. He might actually be able to find Poopachu and open up.
It could be a really nice move here. Swooty could come in from ambulance, cause a distraction. Biggie could come in from the backside. Could be bad news for SMC, especially since they don't have anyone on that playing wing anymore. It allows Leo Marvin to sort of freely cross the street here. And now they have 2 set up for the push onto ambulance and 1 for the flank. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, man has just got to get in a position, though. He should be able to see Sickness there. But he's going to grab Poopachu first and go for Sickness second. He does get them both. He's opened up the south. Oh, it is just Captain Soda on the objective. The last remaining of the SMC defense is going to be too far off, and Captain Soda is going to grab Leo Marvin, and now it is just Swooty and the man.
Ponecake's on the backside. Ponecake's taking some shots over towards that south attacker, trying to hold him there on the hill, trying to hold the man there.
And he's done a great job. The man backing off. He's pushing back towards the eastern flank. And now it's all Swooty by himself. He's got 57 seconds. These guys have got to get into gear. This is what I'm talking about, NightFiree. When you wait till 2 minutes 30 to attack, things go wrong. You have no time to recover. And here's exactly what's going to happen. G-Men, they're trying. Swooty is now going to be forced to rush in there and make a very aggressive decision, which is going to be probably not the best one. If he can get the kill, then that'll work out for him. But otherwise, it's a scenario that you just don't want to happen. Swooty is going to find Ponecake, though, as he rushes out into the open. Captain Soda going to be trying to look for the pick. Can Swooty clutch this?
25 seconds.
Or can the man come back in? 25 seconds. Captain Soda would do best to just tuck in here for as long as possible, run down as much of that clock as he can. The man, if he can get an angle, he sees Soda there. He knows he's there.
10.
He can't get the angle in it.
Swooty coming around the corner. He has 5 seconds left to get these shots off onto Soda. He almost gets team killed, and he gets him with a second left. G-Men take the round.
Oh my God. 1 second left. A buzzer beater for that round. My God, Swooty, that was a risky move to go on that flank instead of going direct in, but it worked out, and it worked out very well. But man, cutting it close, making me eat my shoe. And wow, G-Men bringing it back. 2-1 on SMC now, and then they're going to have to defend this objective, so better hope they have something up their sleeve, because SMC are not going to want to go down without a fight on this map too. I think SMC are looking to close this series in 2 and just fight for the points on the third map.
A solid series to be watching, to say the least. I think one thing to definitely note is that you don't tend to get so many rounds down to the last few seconds, down to that last minute at least. We haven't been seeing it very often with the newer teams. I think maybe patience, definitely something that is comes with a lot of map knowledge, but a lot of practice too. It's just, this game is so hard to sit still and trust your teammates and trust that you're not going to get shot.
Yeah, I mean, this is, as it's billed, the squad-based milsim tactical shooter. You've got to rely on that squad, and that means that everyone's doing their part and pulling their weight to secure that win. And, the team with the better teamwork is typically the one that will come out on top. SMC going to get that north spawn. It's a pretty quick spawn here. They're going to be able to get some vantage pretty quickly onto the objective and kind of see where the distance is going. Men getting a little aggressive in the center. They've got one man there, Dr. Leo Marvin. 4-4 though, he's going to find the sickness really quickly.
One down.
Should fall on Leo Marvin to help him finish that
I
off.
can't.
Leo's not going to have the angle really.
One thing also to note
he's
is
down.
that as soon as these guys get kills, as soon as they have one identified, they know where that spawn is. As soon as 404 got that kill, he called out north spawn. It alerts his entire team to the potential routes that they can take, and the man should be pretty dialed in on the west, waiting for these guys to push up.
Absolutely, and I mean that's another part. That's another aspect of the teamwork, but I actually usually consider it to be kind of its own separate category, and that is communication. And I stress this all the time, whether it be with my teams or with myself, or even here on the on the Onward Master League channel. Communication. It is one of the most important things in this game, other than being able to shoot a target accurately. Communication is probably one of the second most important tools that you can have at your disposal. So the more you can communicate. You notice that teams like Globochem and players like Pants, who will constantly feeding updates to their team. And he doesn't care if he gives away his position, because he's giving his team info. So even if he were to die, they're going to know exactly where that person came from or where they were coming from. So you can't dismiss communication. It is a very important aspect of this game.
The man dialed in here, has one spotted. Pupachu catches out Swooty. And now the suppressive fire is coming in onto the man, and they're abandoning this west approach. They could really just kind of keep him there and relocate the rest of their squad over towards objective, and I think that's what they're going to do. He is so far away from objective when you think about it. If they can actually keep the man there, that's exactly what they need to do. They need to send Pwnecake, Res Sickness, and get Pupachu up in towards objective.
Yeah, that was a great play. Biggie Smalls did see Pwnecake his way up to the center burning. He did pop off some shots. It looks like we got Pupachu also going for a res onto Sickness. But Biggie Smalls may be able to actually see that, but no longer will that be the case. Pupachu now pops smoke. SMC getting ready to get back up to 5 members. It'll be a 5v3 then. Yep, there's the res. 404 unable to get
They're moving more north.
And now it's a 5-man SMC assault onto the objective.
Whoa.
3 minutes left on the clock.
Look at the man. Soda about to peek the corner. He pre-fires and he tries to go for one long range and isn't expecting the one close. Soda wins the trade.
No more gas station 5-star.
And Pwnecake right on top of objective. It's Biggie Smalls and 404. 404 is heading towards the west. I don't know why he's going towards the west. He should be crashing on the objective. Biggie Smalls is down. Pwnecake has tablet. He's checking the tab. He's checking the code. He's going. He's trying to get that tablet around the corner just enough.
He almost gets team killed and he punches in the code. No, he passed back out. 404 rotates around, does get the kill. He could have punched in the code, but he's stutter stepped there.
Yeah, I face palmed myself there. I don't know why. I mean, I understand why he put his tablet away. He was getting shot at, unfortunately, by one of his own team members. But he didn't even like check when he went back for that. And just walked right out around the corner. So a little bit of a falter from Pwnecake there, but you know what? Can't blame him. He got all the way to the objective. 404 all rotated out, and he rotates out into the open. Sickness makes him pay for it, and SMC come back 2-2.
Solid series, back and forth the entire way through, and SMC trying to get that series win here. If they can grab this map, they will take it. Total score right now 7-5. Sorry.
Let's go scoreline. 2 points separating them. It's always decent. Good game, good game.
Definitely a good day, a good Friday, or a good Saturday night for Onward, that's to say the least. Hey, a clip there in from ours truly, Noman. Thank you much, catching that final second, quite literally, clip. See the time there at the top. I mean, you can't get any closer. Captain Soda does get that kill too, so he was still alive. The man didn't kit Soda, and then Swooty just peeking at the in time. Oops, I wasn't showing it. How much you guys see the How much you guys see the replay now? Yeah, so Soda does get that pick, catches the man out, and with 1 second on the clock, Swooty misses 2 shots and lands the third. Jeez Louise.
Oh my God, I was literally sitting on the edge of my chair for that end of the map, that round end there. Whew. Just a nail biter through and through. I can only imagine what it's like for you, NightFiree, watching your own team.
I love it. It's I've definitely disconnected from being on the squad in a sense to where I can easily watch their games and not feel too much remorse. I definitely do get a bit more excited when I see my good old pals getting some good squad wipes and whatnot, but it's not too hard. It's not too hard to watch them battle it out against a good quality team like SMC.
Yeah, absolutely. Captain Soda ready on the rooftop for the push. Shots ringing out from the Sickness onto the dumpster there where Biggie Smalls is. No connection though, no shots making it. Pancake ready for the assist there if needed.
No, they didn't. Yeah, but no one went north. I cut it off to begin with. One was at the blue dumpster, which means they're going to be pushing up here on the east side of the rooftop.
Sickness is IDing all of that for his team, so they should be aware. Not enough.
He didn't ID that, did he?
Wow, I don't think he's ready for that re-peek. That's so risky to re-peek that sliver too, because that's exactly where they're looking. You know, you're looking at that sliver in the garage waiting for that to change color and take the shots.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough, and it's like I said, you know, the rule of thumb is you don't ever re-peek something, and Biggie Smalls broke that rule, but it worked for him, fortunately enough. Because, you know, I think, though, the peak was a little bit safer for him in that he already knew where Sickness was. Sickness had already volleyed him once, and Sickness didn't really change position either, so I think Biggie just visualized the spot in his head, and then it just popped out and laid out some shots and was able to connect. Meanwhile, Captain Soda was able to pick up 404, or at least down him. He is resable, and I believe we're going to see a res come in there from the G-Man. Pancake still watching that dumpster. Him and Biggie Smalls just trying to figure out whose turn it is to die here.
Soda dumping out some rounds from that roof still as well, and he could be picked up here as Leo's managed to creep and crawl his way up to the rooftop as he catches Soda out and now secures it for his team.
That's a good play from Leo Marvin there. That pick going to be very valuable to them as well. Swooty now in a fight. No. Oh,
I thought that was a team kill too.
Swooty and Poopachu going to be engaged now. Poopachu going to try and frag out from the crevice. Swooty though is going to have backed off very intelligently because he knew that was coming because he backed at just the right time. The frag does not connect, and now Swooty able to relocate.
I mean,
and pretty much it's a full Eastern assault, and the SMC team is not quite ready for it if Pancake goes down. They're going to have to rush to the open, and it's going to be not good for them, I think.
When you shoot it, when you're playing a team that is called shoot, move, kill. Is that what it's called?
Communicate.
Shoot, move, communicate. Yeah, kill's spelled with a K. You definitely do shoot and move, and that's exactly what the man did. Pancake finally catches Biggie out. Almost gets killed on the rotation of his own, though.
Yeah, the man did fire on him, but he was not able to connect, but he did call him out. Now Pancake going to have to try and fight him. G-Man's going to get a nice headshot, and the objective is open. The Eastern push can go in right now. They could go in and take this.
Yep.
G-Man could close the map out right here. All they have to do is approach from the tank, stay low, and get up under that hill. But here comes Poopachu. He's pushed out in the open. Nobody's caught him. Dr. Leo Mark kind of caught slipping here. Frag coming out from one of the members. Flash out on the roof. Dr. Leo Marvin is flash, but he just drops to the deck. G-Man is safe. Poopachu, you better watch out. You better get out of there.
Beefy on a rotation, doesn't get caught by 404. More smokes coming in. Poopachu getting aggressive, pushing up. Leo should be able to hear the footsteps as Beefy goes down. Poopachu catches one. Can he get more? 404 almost going down. The man on the tank. He goes down, and Poopachu almost runs it back, but not before 404 grabs him in the side, and G-Men take the lead 3-2.
Ooh, interesting. Swooty's still alive there, though, in the west. He was going to be able to come in from the backside, if anything, and get that frag on Poopachu as he rotated back. But, yeah, I noticed it right at the very end there as we jumped back into the tent. But it's map point here for G-Man, and they are on the defense. I don't know, NightFiree, what do you think? Do you think your boys can take this map, and we're going into a series decider on map 3?
We'll see. They have to stay focused and stay diligent. Leo Marvin and Biggie Smalls, definitely not their maps. I think, I don't know. If Biggie can go off on a round here, it'll definitely be what they need, and G-Man can take it. But SMC aren't going to let it just roll over like that easily. So,
no, not at all. I agree with that 100%. So much action. My brain. I'm not gonna sleep until like 5 o'clock tonight.
all that
All this
adrenaline.
action going on today.
It's coursing through your veins, man. We still got what could be the series deciding map if G-Men can take it, but SMC get the fast spawn.
They do, but G-Men are no slouches. They know to check for that stuff. They know to look for that spawn and try and ID as quickly as possible. But we'll see. SMC, all they gotta do is kind of stay hidden in the west, at least for a moment, in order to confuse the G-Men defense. But I think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna, yeah, they're pushing out kind of already into the open. Captain Soda going through that courtyard. He's looking for something, but is he gonna find 404? No, but the Sickness finds Biggie Smalls, and Beefy comes up and finds a flank on 404, and already SMC Tactical are up 2 members.
Nope.
It's 5-3 here. The man is watching the west. He should be able to see the Beefy here. But oh no, this is not good. We could be looking at another map in the next round. This would be getting aggressive outside of the roof. It's gone down east of the roof now. It's gonna try and, yeah, he actually sits still. He could get Captain Soda here. No, he's gonna push out. Soda should have seen it. He does. Got a gun drawn. He gets him though. Swooty does secure Captain Soda. A nice play from him, but very risky. And now he's gonna utilize this cheeky little tower that you can see through, but you can't get shot through. And try and get some information, but unfortunately he is not going to be able to. He helps his team though. He brings down that personnel mismatch, and now they've got a better chance here. Mr. Beefy though going to find the man, and now with 2v4, this is not looking good. Swooty being way too aggressive. I think he's way out in the open. Dr. Leo Marvin is kind of off the objective. I mean, it's not really a threat at the moment, but we're going to need some good hiding spots because now the southwest building has an enemy in it, and that enemy can see pretty well into the objective. So hopefully Leo Marvin can take down Beefy here, because otherwise it's going to be a hard time. And now that smoke bouncing off that tractor trailer perfectly, it's going to blind Marvin. Frag comes out, but not far enough. Pone Cake downs Poopachu, and that could help out Swooty.
Wow, that's exactly what Swooty needed. Beefy does catch out Leo. Now the objective totally exposed. SMC 3 left alive, and nobody near objective though. They can't.
Caught in the back here.
Wow, Sickness.
Is looking right
He's
at
waiting.
Swooty. What is?
He's waiting. He wants the cap.
I think they do. You're right. They definitely want the cap. Swooty able to pick up Mr. Beefy though. Will Sickness fire on Swooty? Yes, he will finally. And then he does grab him.
I
See
let
grab
him
there.
run for
Marsock
way too
ground
long.
back,
I
and
was
it's
aiming at his
3-3.
back.
Goodness gracious. One of you win map already.
Wow, Sickness being really patient there. They wanted to try and take the map with the cap there. It was the right move with only 1 left alive, and he was in the right position. So I understand why you waited, but it did let another kill go out, and ultimately they tied it up 3-3. So here we are.
heart can only take so much this NightFiree.
Oh man, I know that's the joy of watching Onward is it keeps you healthy.
Apparently, even when I'm sitting my fat butt in this caster's chair, it still gets my heart rate up. Is it getting hot in here, or is it just this game? I'm over here sweating in my chair.
Yeah.
Just want to know who's gonna take map 2. And they can't just tell me for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like, come on, haven't you guys already decided who's gonna win map 2? Like,
Come on, right here. We're gonna check on the roof. Yeah, because we spawned closer than we thought, man. Check it. Is it there? Keep looking. They might all go north.
it's like it's calling that one exactly. They might all go north, and that is exactly what they've done. A 4-1 split, one man staying just a little south. But yes, he's right. They've all went north. The SMC defense doesn't quite know what to do yet. They're still angling. They're still trying to figure it out. They've got one man now in the northeast, and he's soon going to call out their spawn. But for right now, the SMC defense is just scattered. They have no idea where these folks are coming from. Sickness gonna push far east, but that might end up coming back to bite him.
That is risky.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls is watching from that little hill by the
I'm
red
checking
roofs
right
at
now
the
to make
cement
sure that they
trucks,
don't cross the.
or someone to push across and kind of flank him.
He's on the bottom floor.
The shots have now rung out in the north, and now they finally have their answer to what spawned. And the guy from the northwest, Mr. Beefy, he's not gonna stick around. He got shot at. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going back to where it's safe and go back near my satellite TV and watch me some Skinemax. I did say Cinemax there, right?
I think you did, yeah. That's what I
Okay,
heard.
cool.
2 smokes coming out from the man, so utility wasted there. That's a win as a Volk defender. If you can take those shots and just force utility out, not even get any kills, you're still doing some damage.
It's a win simply because they're very timid in the approach now. Now they're, Sophie is, or Dr. Leo Marvin is trying to inch his way up to get an angle on it, but they don't even know he's gone. So not only has he made them waste utility, he's also making them waste time in checking and clearing this building, which is not occupied anymore. Obviously, they don't know that, but
Is someone checking rubble for a cap?
because if they did, they wouldn't still be waiting for it. But
Thank you.
Biggie Smalls still sitting in the east,
Sorry,
waiting
you're
for a
moving around
flank
so much,
to
you'll get
present
yourself
itself.
killed.
I think he was expecting SMC to push a flank
Well, can I
east
kill
and
you
try
on
and come
rubble
around
instead?
behind them, but nothing like that so far.
Gotta have one guy over there at least, just to make sure you don't get pinched, and Sickness not getting too aggressive with it. But I think Biggie Smalls is basically watching for a Sickness maneuver here.
Yeah. Well, I'll stay on him and I'll let you know if anything happens.
I crossed to the center. Oh, okay, never mind.
Right now, Biggie just staying vocal, letting his teammates know his progress on the map. I don't think he's going to be expecting Sickness in this spot, though, unless he's seen it before. He does seem to be down the street already. He just does see him, but he misses the shots. No, he does grab him. Finally, he does grab the sickness, and that's the team captain down. That's a good way to start unraveling this team, is to take out sickness first, because he is the one that will try and talk them through the map and kind of make sure that they keep their head on straight, like I said earlier in the cast. So taking him down first, actually a pretty big move for the attacking team here.
The man finds
there we
Soda
go.
and Burning, and yeah, they're picking away, chiseling away at the defense.
There's one by Burning Fuselage as well.
So now they've taken out their captain, who keeps them wound tight, and then Soda, their LMG specialist. Soda, or the G-Man, gonna find Pone Cake now, and that's a third one down. It's just up to Poopachu and Mr. B, and Poopachu's off objective. Actually, both members are off the objective. It's Biggie Smalls. It's time for him to go in. He needs to cap. This could be a 5-3. They could be returning the favor for map number 1, but no, Biggie's gonna look down and miss his opportunity to pick off Mr. Beefy, but the man, he trades with Beefy. Now it's up to Biggie. Push in there, man.
He doesn't know. He
Come on.
doesn't have the kill count. He's unaware that there might not be another in Burning. He's assuming there's multiple there. And Poopachu is kind of pinned here, even though nobody's looking at him. He thinks that they've got lines of sight here. A nade comes out. Fantastic bounce. Not unfortunate. They get the map win. It was 3-3, so they didn't need the cap, and G-Men go up 4-3.
Well, they might need the cap depending on the scoreline of the third map.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. It's only map wins. Doesn't matter if they lose on points.
True. I still would have liked to have seen Biggie get that cap, since he was pretty much all by himself that whole round. And then he got there, and that grenade, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a beautiful grenade.
Yeah.
But yeah, just unfortunate because Biggie was capping, you know. It's like to see the cap happen if the cap is there, you know.
I don't know. I like the fantastic long range nade, catching the roll on the curb and going straight to his enemy. I think that's a pretty good way to end a round, personally.
I think you also just wanted to make sure that your G-Men secured that round and make sure to take it to the third map. Because, man, that was a nail biter to see if they would. But they do, and they prove you right. We're in for a barn burner, and it's map 3. What do you think? Where do you think we're going to end up? NightFiree, I've already seen Bazaar. We've already seen Quarantine. Cargo's banned. Downfall's banned. It's either Suburbia, Subway, or Tanker. Yeah, I'm assuming Suburbia as well. Haven't seen G play Suburbia in a while, but the last time I remember seeing them, they are actually a fairly strong team here. Obviously, SMC very strong, but it's going to be G-Men's map choice, so hopefully they're not going to pick into an SMC strength is the issue. They should pick Subway.
I know, it'd be fun to see these teams play Subway, too.
I think so. I don't think, you know, I mean, I don't know. You know, they could have been practicing this because they're expecting someone to try and pull it on them.
Right.
I don't know. It's a map that I think a lot of the top tier teams are only starting to look at now that it's been revamped, and they're, you know, because before, no top tier teams were looking at this map. There were 2 entrances, they were way too easy to guard, and very often you didn't have a chance if you weren't on the Volk round, unless it was that Northern Styles objective. But now, with all those different varied points of entry, it's so hard to, now it's very much more a Marsoc map than it used to be.
Still undecided as we patiently wait for this third series deciding map. 8-7. It's probably going to be another 10-11 scoreline or something along those lines.
Something ridiculous like that.
Map is
I don't know. I'm thinking Suburbia.
Oh wow, Subway.
Where is that node right now?
Oh, interesting. Wait, did they let SM pick the map? Because G-Men are on defense.
Could have been SMC's map pick. It's a little bit tough for us to determine in the we only know the first map pick. Basically, from then on out, we can't really verify what's happening because we don't know if teams have opted for Volk side or taking the map. I don't know if G-Men opted to take Volk here instead because, like you're saying, like we've been talking about the map pool. It was Subway. It was Suburbia rather, which is arguably Marsoc favored. This map, which I think is very heavily Volk favored. I don't know. I don't know who would have picked this. I guess SMC could have picked the map.
To me, it had to have been SMC because G-Men.
Why would you pick into this, though?
I don't know. They're expecting to catch G-Men off, or maybe G-Men picked the map, but then SMC Tactical decided to pick Marsoc.
I don't know, man. I just don't know why you. Yeah, because there's no reason you choose this map if you're going.
Especially now, because I mean, can't even bet on the north objective anymore.
Dude, I don't know.
No.
Things are totally different now. I could see a team deciding to take Marsoc on Subway. I can see it. If you think about it, all the different points of entry, the lack of defensive cover you have, you don't know all those points of entry. If you're more aware of them, you can abuse them to the fullest and really come out of spots people aren't expecting.
Check out camera 2.
I know, I was floating around outside as well.
I didn't know you could do that.
Look at 1, it's a little bit more trippy.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say if it didn't like black
It'd
out.
be a great way to watch
right
this, to watch from up here, just to be able to look down into the
right
Subway, but
easier to navigate between all those poles and stuff.
I guess it does help us sort of highlight some of the newer features on the map, which we should definitely talk about considering how little coverage it gets. This new entry point put in to the top story, so you can come in from your spawn and sprint straight here. You split off, and then you can kind of come down.
You did the center entrance.
Oh gosh, it's so good.
Yep, I will. I'll set my camera for the new basement entrance, and yeah, okay. We have the new. I'll get it at NightFiree, I promise. Yeah, so we had a few nuances added because, as we said a little bit ago, this map was pretty unbalanced for the longest time. There were only 2 entryways in, but now we have this third entrance here in the basement of the subway where you used to not be able to go in, and now we have this entrance. The fire can take you through the traveling corridors here, but it becomes quite a bit of a maze underneath that subway. If you really think about it now, obviously teams are adjusting quite well to it now. They've had some time to play around with it, but I still don't think a lot of teams are taking this map very seriously, and I'm wondering how that's going to come into play here in Season 7 now that Subway is kind of more acceptable and definitely much more balanced.
This is a really exciting way to end this series. We've been back and forth, neck and neck, all the way down into Subway, and now finally we're going into it. I've seen it, I spectated it with some of the rookie teams playing it, and my thoughts were that it would be a great map to watch with 2 competitive teams that have really sunk their teeth into it. And we'll see how ready SMC Tactical and G-Men are for this map, because things could get very interesting very quick.
Yeah. That is
especially
true.
with this spawn we're kicking it off in. Things have changed on this spawn drastically.
I saved it till the end.
Yeah, the defenders, as you can see, if you pull up the big map, they spawn right on top of it now. There is no more Marsoc has the speed to clear before the defenders do. No. So if that was SMC's plan to pick Marsoc, I think they might have bet on the wrong horse because that objective is no longer decided. I think, though, they're assuming to take Marsoc because of all these new entry points. I think they know the defense is going to be spread pretty thin, and we're seeing Chief Pineapple come in for this last map, and I'm loving to see that. I love my little buddy Chief Pineapple.
I guess I should have pointed that out to you. I saw his name on there and didn't.
How dare you, NightFiree?
I don't know, I just thought you would see these things. Swootie's tucked into a very dangerous position.
How do you get up there?
Oh, you can walk up onto that pole pretty easily.
I know you could on the other side. I didn't know if it worked on that side as well. And they are really taking their time here on this push. I feel like they're expecting the defense to push up on them at this north alleyway. That is definitely not what a defender on Subway is going to do, especially not new Subway. It is just way too risky to put your men on flanks and hard routes. Like, it's just too risky. I mean, we saw that in that game that we kept this week between Blitz and Weird Team. Blitz was able to make it all the way up to the objective. We thought they were going to be able to cap because the defenders were nowhere to be seen. And then out of nowhere, the defender manages to get himself back and stop the cap. But so yeah, I don't know, maybe no progress. The only person that's actually moving on the side of SC is Soda. Everyone else is just kind of sitting still. Sickness and Poopachu now moving back off the north alley. Booty has got nothing to shoot. He's going to get quite bored there. Maybe he'll take a nap.
Yeah, he is going to get bored up on the top of the stairs. Sickness and Poopachu going down that lane we talked about earlier, one of those new lanes. Frankly, it's a pretty uncovered one from G-Men. They'll be able to go in and then opt to go and just have control of those back stairs. Yeah.
3 minutes and seconds left, and they're about halfway through, and the only person actually inside the subway, well, no, there's 3 people inside. Soda, Cake, and Beefy.
Basement is clear. I'm coming up for the song stage.
I still, hold on, Poopachu's covering. Sickness is 6, but I still just don't understand what the mindset is to think that defenders are going to go aggressive here. There's too many for the defenders to cover already in this map. So to send them out aggressively like that is just a fool's errand. I mean, you might get lucky once or twice, but it's not going to be an effective strategy, in my opinion. I'm happy for a team to come along and prove me wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. Pineapple, Phone Cake, a good pick for him. Now he's going to be...
He took a round in the shoulder, too, but he's keeping his eyes dialed in onto Beefy, who's also trying to catch him.
He might have a problem with Captain Soda here, though. Soda's coming up the stairwell.
I got one down, though.
And Chief is not going to be aware of it. Here comes Soda's peak. Will he see enough of Pineapple, though, to actually be able to take the shot? I don't know.
Oh, I think the little slice of black...
Yeah. The little platform is blocking the sliver that he needs, but no, it goes. And that was Captain Soda using something other than an LMP? What?
Yeah, that is interesting to know. 404 is dialed in here, waiting for the angle. He should also hear Poopachu sprinting in the stairs above him. 404's position.
He's gonna have to deal with Sickness, too, who's got that shield.
Yeah, that's true. He just has to stay there and stay quiet.
Yep. Let him walk past you. Shoot them both in the back. Don't shoot Soda. Let Soda go.
That's going to be so hard.
Of course,
Soda should check that.
Oh, 404 shot. Sickness is going to pull back now. He's got the weapon out.
But he's stalling them. 1:29 on the clock. Soda's dropping back. They're going to have to make their move into objective. That's going to be the hardest part. The man in Biggie Smalls on top of it. They actually have, who else? Sudi also still over there. Isn't he up on the second story?
Yes, he was up on that ledge watching the north stairwell.
We have a disconnect on G-Men's side.
Luckily for them, it was one of their members who's still alive, but either way, SMC have 1 minute and they are nowhere near the objective. I mean, nowhere near the objective.
50 seconds left. 404 catches Beefy on that rotation. I don't know where Sickness went with his shield. He dropped back completely.
Yeah, they backed off when they heard 404. I don't know why. He had Poopachu to back him up. If anything, they should have pushed it together. He might have got one, but he never got both of them. At least not with Sickness holding that shield. But they know he's there now. They're going to focus in on him, but it's not going to be enough. There are still 2 members on the objective that they'll have to deal with. 404 does manage to get Captain Soda in the trade. 18 seconds. SMC has no idea what their time is. Fapping around as things wind down here. It's 10 seconds left. All they gotta do is hold back, just delay them.
3, 2, 1. The countdown will come in. G-Man will take the lead in the series deciding map 1-0.
Yeah, that was a risky game SMC played with the clock, and unfortunately it did come back to bite them. Oof.
I'm not sure what that was. You know, it just seemed like it seemed like a timid SMC, which isn't something I feel like I've seen in a while.
I don't think I've ever seen SMC run out of time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We've watched a lot of SMC matches. We've had rounds come close for sure. But
Yeah, the only team I know I've seen G-Men run out of time, because I used to give Chief for it all the time about how you guys need to pick up your pace so you'd stop running out of time. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen SM Tactical run out of time, unless maybe they're playing someone like Globochem and they're in their own heads and they're on downfall or something. No?
I don't know. I just don't know how this map. I have no idea how this map is gonna go, man.
I have no idea either. I mean, G-Men did a great job holding that defense, especially when most would consider this now a Marsoc favored round or a Marsoc favored map because of all the entrance points. But to me, it doesn't become any more of a Marsoc map. You just need to figure out your defensive spots. You just have to. I'm sorry, you now have more than watch 2 entrances.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo. Like who cares? Figure it out. It's not that hard to cover these objectives still. I mean, you need to focus on the objective at that point.
You have
need
to go
stop
to
trying
new
to cover
spots.
all your entrances.
That's what it is. You can cover all your entrances. You just have to be at different angles and covering different lines of sight than you're used to. You can't cover right where they come out. You have to wait for them to get into subway and then kill them now, which is how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think as evidence piles up that G-Men did pick this map. I'm seeing in Twitch chat they've been playing this a lot, so maybe they did pick the map and SMC Tactical thought, hey, we'll take Marsoc because all these new entrances, we should be able to take it, right? But I don't know. Might have made a bad call. G-Men gonna play this one like the old map though.
Yeah. New entrances.
Hard down the...
Who cares?
And that frag's gonna go out of bounds. Bad frag from, I believe that was Chief Pump through that. This will be interesting. If they can get these 2 guys on this objective, it's theirs to take.
Trade going down onto that top floor. Chief's gonna rotate around and he will be able to get that res pretty easily. It's in that new entry point in the middle. A good nade on the corner.
Nice frag from Swooty.
Wow.
Get sickness. If they can finish Poopachu, this objective is wide open.
That was a great nade on the corner.
1 down.
Swooty doing work with that shield and grenade play. He's got to fight off Poopachu still, though. They know he's down there, I think, because I believe that was G-Man taking firing on that. All they got to do is just keep him back there. They don't even have to kill him.
They're a flanker
my
right
goodness,
now?
But no, here comes Pone Cake, a flanker. Oh, they do have one flanking.
Wow, look at that map.
It looks like Mr. Beefy. Yeah, Mr. Beefy's flanking. Smokes out on the corner. Will Pone Cake risk it and peek the corner? Ooh, I think he's got a grenade in his hand. Yeah, he does. A flashbang, actually.
Swooty is
Ooh,
tucked
the man,
in nice,
better...
though.
Yeah, he is, but the man's about to meet the wrath of Mr. Beefy. Here comes Beefy now. Oh my god, he's gonna walk right up on him. He's gonna knife him. Oh my god,
Swooty
he
spots
knifed
it!
him.
He turns and sees him and gets shot, and Beefy salvages the round for his team. Now it's up to Biggie
Oh my.
and Chief, who are inside.
Noman, you know what you have to do.
Hey, anybody can. Sleepy is the first come, first serve basis, okay?
I know, he's just been on it tonight, so I'm just letting him know. Man, and what I thought was gonna go to G-Men here on a cap is now completely turned around. That flank from Beefy actually worked out. Chief Pineapple now being down by Pwnecake, and hopefully Big Smalls will return the favor on the res. Chief did earlier on, but Pwnecake gonna be able to watch that as he goes for it. Maybe Biggie can wait him out and Pwnecake will make a move. No. Oh my goodness.
Just don't show yourself to the south and I'll take care of that.
Like Pwncake's going to take the same position 404 took and tuck himself in.
Yep, 3 minutes left on the clock. Biggie Smalls, if he can keep up, he's got plenty of time to. They've still got plenty of time to work with. SMC was in the same position last round at like the 2 mark, and they just kept kind of falling back and prodding and falling back, and it eventually, you know, as we saw, they ran out of time. G-Man, and if Biggie can get this in motion and just get Chief going, they could still bring this back.
Locked in a battle of back and forth here, that's to say the least. Biggie Smalls is going to be able to get that res, it seems. 2:20 on the clock too, so enough time to work with as well. I think you take a look at the defensive positions of SMC Tactical. They are pretty solid. It's going to be tough to get rid of Pwnecake. And I mean, Beefy with the shield there, the way he has it propped up, that is going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Ben will account for where 404 normally sits in his defense and would, you know, think to check it for the enemy team. But no, that flank might have rattled him, and Pwnecake is going to fire off some shots and give his position away.
I'll take that.
Chief Pineapple, the risk in it all.
He needs to go up onto that stairs to his right and drop in from the other side of Pwnecake.
He's over here by the stairs, by the train.
Pwncake's actually going to do that instead.
Is it just me?
Beefy does see Biggie as he pushes over, tries to take some blind shots over the shield. Obviously not very accurate, so nothing coming of it.
Chief.
Flash comes out from Biggie.
Chief's on the move. Pwnecake is tucked in. And Biggie goes down. Chief has to check left. He does. He doesn't spot Pwnecake, and Pwnecake just barely missing him. Should have the shots in his back, and he does. And SMC even the score 1-1.
Very close clutch there from him. You know, that was at the beginning of that round. It was definitely looking good for G-Man there. I think if they would have acted on that with Poopachu quicker when they had him pinned, that was their round. That was a cap, and that was on the map. But unfortunately, they weren't able to secure that, and SMC able to rally back with Beefy's wonderful flank to knife. That was amazing. And then they just kind of locked it down from there. Things started to fall apart, unfortunately, for the G-Men then. Oh, I smell popcorn now. It smells so good.
Probably everybody popping it up as they've settled in for a fantastic finale to their Saturday night. You're just tuning in. We are on map number 3 of this barn burner of a series so far. Bazaar going to SMC Tactical on a map-winning cap 5-3. Quarantine going to G-Men on a map-winning grenade 4-3. And now we're all tied up on Subway. First time we've seen it in a top 10. In a, I guess I say diamond. What is the official? What are these guys? Are they diamond rank or master?
Who? SMC?
Well, yeah. What is their star ranking?
I don't think either of these teams are diamond rank. I think SMC is master rank, and I believe G-Men are
gold.
Wow. Gold.
So is gold higher than diamond?
No, diamond is supposed to be higher than gold, but I just haven't seen anyone actually hit.
Okay, so maybe that's once the MMR rankings come in.
Yeah, I think that'll start to move people into that Because it is a new category. It was gold to master, now it's gold to diamond to master. So yeah, G-Men are gold here, and SMC are still master from last season. So yeah, there are only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 master teams in the league worldwide right now, and those are the beginners, Spike, Globochem, SMC Tactical, and Danglers. All other teams are gold and below.
We'll see
So watch out for those 5.
coming in here from Biggie Smalls onto these new entry point, these new stairs. Two of SMC going for the old entryway, and 3 opting in for the new underground entry point.
There's one up there.
Yeah, and I don't think that underground entry is going to end up working out. Someone is sitting down there right by that exit.
Biggie.
I can't seem to get... Yeah. Swooty has got the long range on the objective overwatch, though we did see someone get capped on from that exact defensive position. It's not impossible, though. Biggie Small just needs to stay still. He keeps moving around like this. SMC is just going to walk out that door and F him up. He also needs to not stand that close to his C4. He's probably gonna kill himself.
I'm not sure what the mindset is there. I don't know why you would be sitting right next to your C4 if you put it there. Maybe he didn't. You know what? Maybe it's not his. And he's point.
It's very possible.
And if he goes down, then they blow the C4. That could be.
That could very well be the strategy. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully the detonator's in his hand, or not just someone else's who might be a little panicky because you got that jumpy, jittery guy who's just too nervous and just decides to go ahead and squeeze that trigger, and Biggie Smalls gets plastered against the wall like the cat in Boondock Saints.
I only hope that doesn't happen.
Half of our...
I don't see the detonator on his person, so I don't think it's him. A nade coming out. Oh, a good flash, actually.
Good flash. Well, Beefy checks the hole, but he doesn't see anything. Biggie just needs to stay quiet. He's got him if he stays quiet. Shots coming up. Cake picks up 4-4. G-Men lose a guy. Oh, but Biggie sees the C4. Did he kill it? It still has a green light for me.
I don't know. It's really hard for us to know with C4 what's up and what's not.
He said it's disabled, but I'm not sure if he actually shot it or if he thinks he shot it. Now he's definitely shot it. Oh, Biggie Smalls gives himself away, and it's gonna end up getting killed. Homecake picks up Swooty at the same time, and now it's 2 G-Men, all 5 members of SMC Tactical, and this is not looking good.
Chief's here, he's trying to deny the entry, but they've made their way in. And now the final member of the man left alive does catch one, but not before he gets picked up by Soda, who managed to rotate around inside. And SMC grab the first Marsoc round on Subway and take the lead 2-1. Highlight coming in from Landon. Thank you very much, sir. It is that flank coming out of Beefy, the savvy knife play to shooting Swooty in the back. I don't know if he needed a knife here, though. I think the knife's almost he's styling on him right here.
Oh, the knife, I think, would have been necessary. I think it was necessary because he wanted that sneak so that he could come up behind anyone. Had he shot him at the top stairs, Swooty could have angled and been more prepared for it. So I think it was the right call from him. I do agree with you. He was probably styling on him just a bit, trying to get a nice clip in for the highlight reel. But you know, I do think that knife was necessary. I think when you go on a flank like that and you've got the drop on him, you need to try and be as stealthy as possible.
It definitely threw Swooty off because he didn't hear any gunshots, and then all of a sudden he sees an enemy there. He still doesn't react accordingly, and then he does get shot. So you're right. Was a good maneuver, but thank you, Landon, for that clip. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you, Landon, and thank you to everyone who's been clipping anything for us so far. NightFiree and I have been testing now for 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours.
Coming up on 420.
Yeah. So, a little tired. Glad you guys are still paying attention, though. That was a great play. Thank you, Landon and Noman, both of you clipping that. But yeah, great job. Yeah, we'll see if SMC can defend this.
So many more options now. They're going for a 3-1-1, so they're going to send one down each normal entry point. Beefy's going really aggressive. He catches one out right away. Swooty with the shield does take some shots, and he retaliates with the frag onto Beefy, and now we're into a 4v4.
That is not good. They're going to need to secure this center now quickly, because if they can get up these stairs, they have got free reign to the objective. Poopachu trying to get his way over there, but if he's not careful, he could definitely meet these. Oh yeah, Biggie Smalls getting close to the stairwell, the final stairwell to the exit. Poopachu is the only man watching right now. Actually, I take that back. It looks like the Sickness also might be kind of dual watching both the north, but also having an angle on the subway as well. Swooty and Biggie now making their way up the stairs. Biggie waiting on the shield to utilize his protective cover. Nice flash going out from Swooty there. He's gonna make sure nothing in there. Frag coming out, but it's no good. Biggie tries to throw it over Swooty, but it hits the door frame. Soda now rotating back as well. He's gonna help Poopachu cover the exit. I think he's smart. Finds Chief. SMC Tactical and G-Men both with 3. G-Men looking to get their second point here. Can they do it on stock? Ooh, that flash.
No
I
follow-up.
don't think it affected Swooty, as the shield does seem to block flashes, even though there is a viewport window in it. Swooty's pulled some grenade. I'm assuming it's going to be a frag, maybe a flash.
Looks like a frag.
Ooh, Captain Soda trying to find that elbow. Ooh, a frag. And it does get Soda. Poopachu's watching. Swooty going to call it out, though, for sure. And he's got that laser sight with that night vision on his weapon, so also he could just take that long-range kill. And there's the flash, but it's not going to work. Sickness, though, coming up from the side. He finds Swooty.
Biggie goes down the
G-Man
train on the
grabs
backside.
And G-Man win it.
The man
Wow.
caught the 2 shots. He rotated around from. I saw him up in my periffs, coming in from this the stairs, and he rotated all the way in, came in from the backside of the stairs, and then just had some open angles on the last 2 left alive. And we're still in this tie ball game scenario, 2-2.
Wow, knife.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. You gotta take a breather every now and then, man. Let our voices relax, because the action has just been so extreme, so tense.
Absolutely, it's been crazy. And then we still got more coming at you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Buxton and Todd Habercorn going to pick up Lemon Quad versus the Unit, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Noman and I will be casting Silent Purge versus Boss Fight, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. More than likely on Onward Master League 2, since Buxton and Todd will be on Master League 1 hour ahead. So stay tuned tomorrow. I'll give you a rundown of those matches again at the end of the series before we wrap up tonight, so everyone can make note. You can always, of course, check out the website, vrmasterleague.com/onward. Go to the matches tab and it'll show you everything upcoming for the week. You can also see who's casting those matches and get a little more info on the team. There's been a lot of updating to that website lately. Doc and Man's been putting in hella work on updating that and getting us stats galore, so be sure and check that out and take a look at his hard work, and be sure to give him a pat on the back, say thanks, give him a high five.
I've seen a lot of second guess. This is interesting. I feel like Sickness unsure of where he wanted to go initially. They were going to attempt to go underground, but then they opted not to. Who's up on that top floor?
Pwnecake? Are you talking to SMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pwnecake and Poopachu already upstairs. Pwnecake prepping a flash. He's close to that center entrance of the subway, that new entrance in the center. He's throwing a flash towards the typical old spots of defense. He's cleared that corner. He's pretty dangerously close already.
Up to double passage is clear.
Pretty sure the G-Man can hear him, though. He's already heard the flash and the frag go off. Chief Pineapple watching from the dumpster. All Pwnecake needs to do is just peek that corner, and I think Pineapple's going to be able to deliver that rain of fire to end his world. Poopachu making some progress. Freddy's going to move back up. Mr. Beefy, he's going to try and use that same stairwell that he used to get that flank earlier.
Yeah, he likes it. It worked well.
He does. But I don't... Ooh, and a nice pick by Chief Pineapple. Pwnecake pops out a pre-fire what he thought was someone there. Chief Pineapple going to return that favored. Poopachu now on the move. He's coming up behind from where Pwnecake died, and you know, Poopachu, when I see a dead body of teammate on the corner, I tend to walk the other way. But that's just me.
He wants the challenge.
Ooh. And a great grenade from Chief Pineapple downs Poopachu. And I tried to warn him, but I also didn't expect Chief Pineapple to reach out there with that grenade, and it was a good grenade at that. They just need to push up and confirm him. Right now, he's just still alive. He's going to be able to give out info. Let's see. Is Swoop covering that? Yeah, I think Swoop is going to be covering. Yeah, he's going to see Mr. Beefy here at any moment, and if he does it, 404 will. 404 might see him first, actually. No, maybe not. But an interesting position here from Swooty as he watches that back flank. And here comes Mr. Beefy. Swooty sees it. He misses the shots, though. Now Beefy's aware. Comes a flash into the alley. A good play there from him. Another flash out to blind the alley. And I think Mr. Beefy might relocate here. He might go back down those stairs.
It's such a long rotation with 2:20 left. He does challenge Swooty and wins the trade.
Oh my, I did not expect that. But meanwhile, he's still going to have to deal with 404, and he no longer has those flashbangs to help him out.
Chief catches Soda over the shoulder of Sickness, and we're into a 2v4 for SMC. G-Men trying to grab the lead here.
404 grabbing Beefy on the refrag from Swooty. The G-Man, did he run right by Poopachu and not double tap him?
I think so. I don't know where he's going either.
I guess Poopachu's not speaking and being really quiet, you might just assume he was dead, so I guess that's not completely unheard of, but it's a 5v1 now. Poopachu had no chance of getting res. Sickness all by himself. in this north alley with Biggie Smalls waiting patiently.
Finally confirming
Minute 30
group issue
left.
down.
Must have heard me. Sickness trying to reach out and touch someone, but unfortunately his arms just aren't long enough. He's got a minute left, and his booty sticking out from the side of that shield is it's going to be exactly how Chief Pineapple cleans up this round. And Chief Pineapple doing some work. I think they might have needed to throw him in here a little sooner.
Yeah.
Might have not have been as close of a match in certain spots if they would have had Chief Pineapple in here. But you know, could be a personal scheduling issue, and he wasn't available until later on in the into the match time. So you know, things always do happen. We are real human beings. Unfortunately, we don't get to do this for a living yet, but we'd love to. So the more of you that can tune in at home, the more we could get this out in front of more people's faces and spread the love and joy of VR esports and Onward and our Master League. Somebody in chat saying, "Don't need the knife." What are you? What are you saying, Knight? Style is everything. I'm with. I'm a substance over showman type of person myself. Would I love to be able to have some clips in my bank of, you know, some dope cool kills and stuff? Yeah, but it's just not my play style. I'm too focused, objective.
Ever looked at this chimney? It's a real trip. You're like going into all sorts of alternate views and whatnot.
Set me. Oh, that one. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, yeah.
That was kind of crazy.
And you'll be watching the dueling, and I'll be
You're welcome for that little fun bit of visual pleasure. Visual ASMR, that's a real thing.
Go watch if they come to the back of the stairs.
Shield at the bottom of the north stairs. He's coming up.
If Soda wasn't radioing into Sickness, he might have been able to land those shots, but Beefy catches out a ne'er-do-well. Yeah, that's what it is. No.
Grab this. Grab this. It's on the bag.
I was just saying for bad people, but catches out an enemy and G-Man and 404. It's interesting that the traditional entry points are now like just kind of open, unguarded. And the man taking their time. The man checking some angles, making sure nobody's watching this lane. .404 watching the flank.
Okay.
Swooty and Chief are just going to try and reenact what Sickness did last round to very little success.
There's one here, Chief. See my laser? To the right.
I think one thing to note is that if you've got your laser sight and you have night vision on, you can see it pretty clear, so Chief should be able to know right where Swooty's aiming that laser. And nobody else has this. Soda's all alone. As long as Swooty has his shield angled properly. Ooh, a little trade up near objective. And phone kick going down. 404 finds Sickness. He'll be going up against Poopachu pretty soon as well. Shots coming out from Chief do land onto Soda, and SMC Tactical are losing members quick. Beefy's going in for a revive, but that Might not be fast enough. It does come out in time, just in time for him to get a frag. Poopachu comes around, gets the shield user, and now Chief Pineapple looking for anyone inside. Catches Beefy out. 404 coming in from the backside. This could be G-Men taking the series. It's not quite yet as Pwnecake catches out Chief. And we're into a 1v1 as if things couldn't get any tighter. I think Sleepy fell asleep, everybody. We lost him.
My goodness, I had my mic muted. I'm still here. The only way this could get any tighter, NightFiree, is if we go down to 1 second.
Oh my gosh, please don't, my heart.
A 1v1 for the last 1 point at 1 second. What will it be? Pwnecake has got to be in a world of panic here. I mean, so many new angles that people could come from now, and I don't know if he knows an exact kill count, if he knows how many people he's dealing with still, you know, because there were a few trades. And here he comes, 404 catches him, G-Men take the win, take the series, and I believe with that 2-point spread, that either ties them or puts them up by 1 point.
4 for 2 on Subway for G-Men as they do take the point total lead 11-10. And just like every one of their series so far, it comes down to the wire, down to the final map. And I mean, it is, wow, what a fantastic series to catch. I'm really glad we decided to impromptu stream this one, Sleepy.
Yeah, me too. I would have been kicking myself for missing this one. This was a great match. Wow, and SMC loses their second match in a row for Season 7. That has gotta hurt. So I bet you we're gonna see some really aggressive play and a lot of practicing coming from those guys soon. Because wow. But Chief Pineapple, man, oh my God, the savior of that final match. I mean, 404 definitely getting that last kill, but Chief Pineapple 3 or 4 right there before the end.
Yeah.
And wow, props to him, but props also to the G-Men. They put a great match. Of course, SMC doing their part as well. This was definitely not easy for G-Men by any means. Wow, I just don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, a fantastic series and a great way to end the Saturday night. A night filled with Onward casts. I personally don't have much to say. That was exactly what I expected out of the series. When you watch top tier teams like this play together, you have things that do come down to the final second, the final minute, and I feel like the timing is just a little bit different in comparison to what we've been seeing with some of these rookie teams. They're a little bit more patient, they're a little bit more diligent on checking their angles before they move. And it's not to say that playing fast doesn't work and that the rookie teams can't do it. It's just that, there's different styles out there than just playing fast, and that definitely was showcased here today with G-Men and SMC button heads.
Absolutely, I will totally agree with that. And, playing fast is something that comes with time. It comes with comfort as a team. It comes from also knowing that that team can function quickly. Because not all players can function that quickly. Not everyone's a twitch shooter. Not everyone can draw and fire that fast. Some people are more long-range shots. Some people are better slow and methodical. So you always have to think about your team composition when you're trying that stuff out. But absolutely, we do see it in play styles. And we see that the slow and methodical does win out over the SMC style today, but just barely. Man, insane matchup here.
I think that is going to be it from us here tonight, though. Thank you so much for tuning in and dropping the subs. Thank you for the bits as well. It's always appreciated. Support, much appreciated. If you are interested in joining the league, head onto that link at the bottom of your page you see here. You'll find everything you need at vrmasterleague.com/onward. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-host Sleepy with 2 3's. We will see you tomorrow for more Onward action. Don't miss it. That's it for us tonight.
Good night, everybody.